This video is on pronoun case. To demonstrate the importance of pronouns, let's read the following sentences. Do you prefer option 1 or option 2? Option 1. Mr. Hufnagel gave Mr. Hufnagel's pen to Mr. Hufnagel's wife, Mrs. Hufnagel. Mrs. Hufnagel was grateful for the pen. Option 2. Mr. Hufnagel gave his pen to his wife, Mrs. Hufnagel. She was grateful for it. Option 2 uses pronouns to replace some of the words in the sentence. It is easier to read and it flows smoothly. Now let's review a few terms before we continue. So, what are pronouns? Pronouns take the place of or refer to nouns, other pronouns, or phrases. And what are antecedents? The word the pronoun refers back to is the antecedent. Let's look at two examples. Eric ordered baked chicken because it is his favorite dinner. The pronoun it refers to baked chicken. The pronoun his refers to Eric. So Eric and baked chicken are the antecedents of the pronouns. I like camping in the woods because it gives me a chance to be alone with my thoughts. The pronoun it refers to the antecedent camping, and me and my refer back to I. Understanding antecedents is essential because you cannot use a pronoun without a clear antecedent. There are 5 pronoun cases, and we will review each case of pronoun. Subject pronouns are pronouns used as the subject of verbs. Object pronouns are pronouns used as objects of verbs or prepositions. Possessive pronouns are pronouns that express ownership. Reflexive pronouns are pronouns that refer back to the subject. And finally, demonstrative pronouns indicate one or more particular objects. The most commonly used pronoun cases are subject, object, and possessive pronouns. This chart shows what pronouns are used in each case, depending on if the antecedent is singular or plural, and what point of view is being used. For example, if I'm writing an instruction manual for a tool, I would write it in the third person point of view. Thus, the pronoun for tool would be it. If I am writing about a patient's history, I may use the third person possessive of hers or his, like his prior surgery or her medicine. Pronouns must agree with their antecedent in number, point of view, and gender. You must also be sure to use the correct case. The first case we will review is the subjective case. In this case, subject pronouns are used as the subject of a verb or the person or thing doing the action. So let's discuss some examples. He and I go snowboarding. The subject pronouns are he and I. The action verb is go. In this example, there is a compound subject. If you don't remember which pronoun to use in the first person point of view, I or me, drop the second subject and test the sentence with just one subject pronoun. So if I'm not sure if I use me or I would say me go snowboarding or I go snowboarding. Clearly, I go snowboarding is correct. The peaches were so ripe that they fell off the tree. There is a dependent clause beginning with that. The subject of the dependent clause is they. The verb is fell. Since there is a pronoun in the subject spot, we must use the subject pronoun they. The next case is the objective case. These pronouns are used as the objects of verbs or prepositions. Let's review a few examples. A sudden downpour soaked her. In this example, the pronoun her is the object of the verb soaked. Please give this card to him. In this example, the pronoun him is the object of the preposition to. The possessive case shows ownership. Let's review a few examples. The carpenters left their tools on the table. The pronoun their shows that the carpenters own the tools. The flower has lost its brilliant color. The pronoun its shows that the flower's possession is in possession of the color. Looking at the pronoun its, its is commonly confused with it apostrophe s. These are two different words. The possessive pronoun its should never be written with an apostrophe. IT apostrophe S is a contraction for it is. Reflexive pronouns refer to the subject of the sentence but do not take its place. Let's look at the list of reflexive pronouns. For singular reflexive pronouns, there are the following: myself, which is first person, yourself, which is second person, and himself, herself, or itself, which are third person. For plural reflexive pronouns, there are the following: ourselves, which is first person, yourselves, which is second person, and themselves, which is third person. For example, Patricia has to do the assignment herself. The reflexive pronoun herself refers back to Patricia, emphasizing that she is the only one who can do the work. Please note, there are no such words as his self, our self, themself, their self, or their selves. The last pronoun case to review is the demonstrative case. Demonstrative pronouns indicate one or more particular persons or things. The four demonstrative pronouns are this, that, this, these, that, and those. This and these refer to things near the speaker. This is singular. The word these is plural. That and those refer to things that are farther away. That is singular. The word those is plural. Review the examples. You may sit at this computer or put the paper on that desk. In both examples, location is indicated by the demonstrative pronoun. One usage note. Do not say this here, that there, these here, or those there. These examples are very colloquial, however, they are not proper usage. Now that we have reviewed pronoun case, let's discuss a few other usage rules with pronouns. Compound constructions consist of two nouns, two pronouns, or a noun and a pronoun. Let's look at some examples of sentences with compound subjective pronouns. Serge and I went to the pool together. After dinner, you and I will get some ice cream. Now let's look at some examples of sentences with compound objective pronouns. Carmen went to the pool with Serge and me. Between you and me, ice cream is my weakness. Just a reminder, take off one part of the and construction to figure out which pronoun to use. So you wouldn't say, Carmen went to the pool with I. It's Carmen went to the pool with me. And never use myself as a substitute for I or me in compound construction. Now let's look at how we use pronouns in comparisons. We'll review a few examples. For the subjective case, his son is as stubborn as he is. The understood verb after he is. For the objective case, the cutbacks will affect you more than her. There is no understood verb after the pronoun like in the previous example, so it must be an object pronoun. For the possessive case, this essay is better organized than mine. The possessive case is used because my essay is being compared to the essay of someone else. Notice phrases like as, more than, and than to know there is a comparison. An easy way to tell which pronoun to use is to complete the comparison and choose the correct pronoun. Look at the example. Would you use I or me in the sentence, she trusts him more than? So to figure out if I need I or me at the end of the sentence, I would say, she trusts him more than I trust him. Then I know the correct pronoun. Another pronoun question is what case do you use after a form of the verb to be? Although it may not sound right to you, use the subject case after to be verbs. For example, it is I. The linking verb is a form of the verb to be. So I is the subject verb that comes after it. The mediator of the meeting was she. Was is another linking verb that is a form of to be. So again, a subject pronoun she is needed. Use this sample phone conversation as a reminder. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Hi, may I speak to Carrie? Yes, this is she. Lastly, let's discuss everyone's favorite pronoun pair, who versus whom. Who and whoever are in the subject case. So here are some examples of using who or whoever in the subject case. Who is at the door? Whoever made this mess needs to clean it up. Whom and whomever are in the objective case. So here are some examples of using whom and whomever in the object case. For whom is that gift? That gift is for whom? Give it to whomever you like. This has been a review of Pronoun Case. Please see your instructor with any questions.